Joker, Folie Adieu. Sorry? Joker, Folie Adieu. What? The second Joker movie. Oh, Joker 2. Right. This movie is from 2024. It lasts 2 hours 18 minutes. It stars Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker, Arthur Fleck. And it stars Lady Gaga as Lee Quinzel. Harley Quinn, yeah. And this movie is trash. I wouldn't say trash, but it's not good. Let's get into it. So this movie picks up a couple of years after the events of Joker, and Arthur Fleck is awaiting trial. They're going to find out, did he commit the murders? Yep. Or is he suffering from a delusion whereby the Joker is a separate personality and he should remain in a mental hospital for the rest of his life?
No.
Because if he's found guilty, as Arthur Fleck, he will face the death penalty. So this movie is a courtroom drama mixed with some songs. It's a bit of a musical.
Not a fan of musicals.
A bit? I was so confused because I thought, when this movie started, I thought, alright, when he sings, that's like one of his paranoid little delusions or a little dream sequence or an escape from reality. But no, there are scenes when he's just singing and everyone's aware of it. Like when he's escaping from the jail with Harley Quinn, they just sing. And later someone's like, who's that girl you're singing with? Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't have an answer for that. But this movie certainly isn't quite as good as the first one. It's not quite as good as anything. We see Arthur Fleck in prison. He's being kind of mocked by the guards, but he's a bit of a celebrity. Yeah, he's had a TV movie made about him, which I thought the meant was the first Joker movie. I thought they were going to use that as a TV movie. But we never know, because we never see any of this TV movie.
Seems like a missed opportunity.
Lady Gaga is also in this psychiatric prison. It's Arkham. Yeah, it is Arkham. Arkham Asylum. So Lady Gaga is in there in a separate wing. She's in a group where people are singing. Yeah. And Arthur Fleck somehow gets in there, starts singing, joins forces with her. She says she's obsessed with him.
Lucky.
She loves him, and she killed her parents, and she grew up on the same side of town as him.
What a catch.
Spoilers! Spoilers! I can't say enough. This review will be filled with spoilers. It will be. Turns out none of that's true. Lady Gaga, Lee Quinzel, is from the upper side of town. Her parents are rich. Her dad's a doctor. She didn't kill anyone, let alone her parents.
Ooh, fancy pants.
She voluntarily went into Arkham Asylum just to meet the Joker. So they make love. They do make love. They escape together, and then they're quickly recaptured. Before they can even escape, they're recaptured. I did think when they were escaping, they were making it, they were getting away from everyone, because he starts a fire, and this causes chaos in the Arkham, and so they can escape. And they're almost there, but they run to the front gates where there's loads of press waiting, because everyone's obsessed with Joker. Yeah, I don't know how they're in there. They try to climb the fence, and they're easily captured by guards. They could have sneaked out another way. They probably should have. But while they're doing this, they're singing anyway. Yeah.
For once in my life, I won't let sorrow hurt me.
And the songs are like strange choices. There's one or two that's like Stevie Wonder or something like that. The most are like really old songs. And they just don't seem to fit. Well, I think the song choices aren't the problem. I think it's the fact that, like you said, some of them are really happening. They are singing in front of other people. Sometimes they're singing in like a dream sequence or like that. They're like on their own talk show or something. And they're like Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers. Yeah, or like Sonny and Cher or something. Yeah. And it's like a little dream sequence here. It's just rubbish. It's just confusing, this movie. And it's a bit dull. And it's a bit slow. And it's really, 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 really long. Well, like we said, it's about 2 hours 18 minutes. It feels like about 5 hours. Honestly, this whole movie, you're waiting for something to happen. Nothing happens for ages, and then finally something happens, and it's like, it leads to nothing. The first 30-40 minutes of this movie as Joker. We see him in prison, we see how he's been treated, we see him meeting up and falling in love with Harley Quinn, and then the next almost 2 hours is a courtroom drama. And not a very good one, not compelling, it doesn't keep you grit to your seat. It doesn't keep you glued to your seat or grit to the screen. No, it's the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, right, when's he going to escape? When are the Joker and Harley going to bust out of this courtroom and go on a little either spree or cause chaos or take over the city or something? None of that happens. No. And in fact, we get to about half an hour before the end of the movie and he just gives up. Arthur Fleck gives up. He just says, do you know what? I can't do this anymore. I am the Joker. The Joker is me. I don't have a split personality. I killed those people, so that's it. Yeah, it feels like the writer and director, who was one of the writers, just gave that as well. It felt like they reached the end of this now and they're like, I can't be bothered. Let's just say he did it.
Yeah, sure, why not?
It's really weird and it's really bad. Yeah, it's quite bad, yeah. I mean, it's Joaquin Phoenix, who we know is good, and Lady Gaga, who is also very good in this movie, but the movie itself is just not good.
It is bad.
I know I'm repeating myself that it's so dull and so long and so just a mess. And also, at the end, right, spoilers again, so he says, yeah, the Joker is me, it's not a separate person, I killed these people, there is no Joker, blah, blah, blah. And Lady Gaga's like, oh, I'm so disappointed, so she leaves, upset, raging that she spent all this time and energy on this loser. And then the courtroom is blown up. Joker is standing right in the centre of where explosion happens, and he's the only one not hurt. Yeah, he's knocked for 6 and he's a bit woozy for a while, but he makes out onto the street. He's the only person that makes out onto the street. And oh, by the way, the prosecution lawyer is Harvey Dent, Two-Face. That, in this new day, just gets a couple of little cuts and drazes on one side of his face. And also he looks about 19. Well, he's just a thin guy. He's 19. And when Arthur Fleck, dressed up as Joker, by the way, for the first time in this movie, other than in dream sequences, yeah, when he makes onto the street, he's picked up by some sympathisers and they start to take him to a safe house, but for some reason he runs out of the car, legs it, and meets up with Harley Quinn to say, listen, I love you, and she's like, I'm not interested, you're not the Joker, goodbye. They meet on the famous steps, she goes up the steps, he goes down the steps, and he's instantly arrested. Yeah, and then while he's in prison, waiting his death sentence, the guard, this is how the movie ends, by the way, one of the guards calls him over and says, Arthur, you've got a visitor, leads him down the corridor, and then this young inmate we've seen a couple of times, always laughing and smiling when he sees the Joker, he's like, hey Arthur, I'll tell you a joke, and then stabs him to death.
It's a funny joke.
Yeah. And then apparently cuts his face. So he's actually the Joker, inspired by what Arthur Fleck should have been. Yeah. I mean, I quite like that touch, but I never noticed when I saw it that he cut his face. Yeah, neither did I. But yeah, basically he's become the Joker, which again, I think is a nice touch. But it's been a 2 hour, 18-minute slog to get to that point. Yet, a lot of rubbish. Honestly, this movie is so disappointing. It really is, because it's been 2 movies building up to this whole revelation that this guy isn't actually the Joker. And it's not the big Sixth Sense level twist that they think it's going to be. No, it's just rubbish. So, you wouldn't recommend Joker, Folie, Adieu? No. Joker, North at you? Well, give us some trivia at least. Okay. Oh, by the way, what does Folie, Adieu mean? It means the madness of 2. Ah. So come on, trivia. Oh yeah, right, so, the start of the movie there's a little cartoon, which is actually the best bit of the movie. It's a nicely animated little cartoon, like an old Warner Brothers cartoon. And it's called Me and My Shadow. Yeah. In that, which you might not have noticed, is the sign that says everything must go, that led to the events of everything in the first movie. Alright, I never noticed that, that's cool. Todd Phillips, the director, he defends the end of this movie by saying the first movie is called Joker, not The Joker, and the first film always said in the script it's an origin story. Not the origin story. It was this idea that maybe this was the inspiration for the Joker. He needs to calm down and write better movies. Anymore? Yeah. This movie was not filmed for test audiences. If it had been, we might have got a good movie in the end. Yeah, maybe. Well, let us know what you think of Joker, Folie à Deux. And hit like, hit subscribe, watch another video. The world is a stage.